And in less than 2 weeks, Republican voters in Pennsylvania will select their candidate to take on Democrat Josh Shapiro in November's race for Pennsylvania governor. One of the Republican candidates is working to distinguish himself from a crowded field.
Tonight, our state capitol correspondent Brendan Scanlon introduces us to Gale.
11 days remain for the 9 GOP candidates to convince Republican voters why they should be Pennsylvania's next governor. For Montgomery County Commissioner Joe Gale, it's about separating himself from the rest of the field.
And what separates me from all the others is they are all controlled by the establishment system.
Gale was first elected to public office at the age of 26, making him the youngest Montgomery County Commissioner in history. He says he appeals to independents and has the best chance to take on his former colleague, Josh Shapiro.
So I used to be on the board with him, and I had the geographic advantage of coming from his home turf. That's where I developed a lot of personal relationships, name recognition. I appeal to independents because I'm notorious for being outspoken about the flaws and effectiveness and corruption of the Republican Party.
If elected, Gale says he'd hold his party and state officials accountable, especially when addressing issues like infrastructure.
But a core function of government should be maintaining our infrastructure. And that's something that Pennsylvania is simply not doing.
His plan would be to drive down costs through prevailing wage reform.
Politicians in Harrisburg are catering to labor and trade unions because they're generous campaign donors to them, dishing out the road work contracts to them. So we need to have an environment where we open a bid process to more family-owned independent contractors that do the work at a lower cost and also get it done much faster.
Gale believes market competition is also the answer when it comes to minimum wage.
I believe in free market capitalism, where government should not set standards on wage rates.
The May 17th primary will determine if Gale faces off against his former colleague in November. In Harrisburg, Brendan Scanlon reporting.